My mom can buy you. Ella Victoria Roth, 19, says the words before the case is even called. She sounds casual and almost bored, like she's just ordering coffee. What happens next will have this entitled teenager in handcuffs in under 31 minutes. By the end, you'll see why some judges don't let wealth override justice. Judge Frank Caprio sets his pen down. Ms. Roth, you're addressing a court of law. That statement is now on the record. Do you understand what that means? I understand my mother owns half this city. Your mother owns property. She does not own this bench. Sit down. Ella shrugs. Her attorney, who is actually the one her mother sent, stands up quickly. Your Honor, my client is young and, counselor, your client just made a statement that undermines the integrity of this proceeding. We'll address that. First, let's establish the facts. Miss Lewis, call the case. The clerk stands. Case number 2025, TR 47286, Commonwealth v. Ella Victoria Roth. Charges: speeding 68 miles per hour in a posted 35 miles per hour school zone during active hours, reckless operation, failure to obey a lawful order. What you're about to see might restore your faith in justice. Caprio looks at Ella. Ms. Roth, before we proceed, I want you to understand something. This is not a negotiation. This is a court of law. The attorney tries again. Your Honor, we're prepared to pay the fines and resolve this matter today. Counselor, this court is not a payment portal. Your client was clocked at nearly double the speed limit in an active school zone. We will review the evidence. Officer Ramirez, please take the stand. Officer Teresa Ramirez steps forward, raises her right hand, and takes the oath of office. Officer Ramirez, please read your incident narrative into the record. Yes, Your Honor. On Tuesday, October 15, at 8:47 a.m., I was conducting speed enforcement on Elmwood Avenue near Carver Elementary School. The school zone was active, beacon flashing. Speed limit 35. Using LiDAR, I clocked a black sports sedan traveling westbound at 68 miles per hour. She pauses. I activated my lights and siren. The vehicle did not stop immediately. It continued for approximately 2 blocks before coming to a stop. When I approached the driver, later identified as Ella Roth, I requested her license and registration. She stated, "Call my lawyer first." I explained that was not how traffic stops work. She stated, "Do you know who pays your salary?" I issued citations for speeding, reckless operation, and failure to obey the law. Caprio makes a note. Officer Ramirez, you have body cam footage of this stop, correct? Yes, Your Honor. Play the body cam audio. Just the relevant exchange. There's a brief hiss of static. Then Ella's voice comes through, sharp and dismissive, "Do you know who pays your salary?" Caprio lets the silence sit for a moment. Ms. Roth, did you make that statement to Officer Ramirez? Yeah. So what? So context matters. Officer Ramirez was performing her duties. You attempted to intimidate her by invoking financial authority. Speed is physics, not privilege. Caprio turns to the clerk. Miss Lewis, were there any contacts to this court regarding this case prior to today's hearing? The clerk flips through a log. Yes, Your Honor. 2 incoming calls and 1 voicemail, all from a number registered to Roth Capital Group Legal Counsel. First call at 9:23 a.m. Voicemail left at 9:58 a.m. Play the voicemail. A professional, measured voice fills the courtroom. This is a call on behalf of Victoria Roth regarding case 2025, TR 47286. We'd like to discuss a quiet resolution before the matter proceeds to a hearing. Please return this call. The attorney stands. Your Honor, my client is not responsible for calls made by her mother's office. This is prejudicial. Overruled. Pressures on process belong on the record. Miss Lewis, timeline the contacts. Yes, Your Honor. Traffic stop at 8:47 a.m. First call from Roth Capital Legal at 9:23 a.m. That's 36 minutes after the stop. Caprio looks at Ella. Ms. Roth, did you contact your mother after the stop? I texted her. Miss Lewis, do we have that text in evidence? Yes, Your Honor. Screenshot recovered during the stop. Text from defendant to contact labeled Mom. Timestamp 9:02 a.m. Got cited. She'll make calls. Don't sweat it. Caprio reads the text slowly. Expectation of rescue is not a defense, Ms. Roth. Miss Lewis, does Ms. Roth have prior traffic citations on record? Yes, Your Honor. 3 prior speeding citations in the past 18 months. All marked, resolved by counsel. No personal appearances by the defendant. Caprio looks at Ella. You've been cited 3 times in 18 months, and you've never appeared in court personally. Is that correct? My lawyer handles it. Your lawyer pays your fines. That's not accountability. There's a pause. Ms. Roth, do you understand that school zones exist to protect children? I guess. You guess. Caprio's voice drops. Officer Ramirez, were children present during the stop? Yes, Your Honor. A crossing guard was posted. Approximately 20 students were crossing Elmwood at the time. Ms. Roth, you were driving 68 miles per hour past 20 school children. Do you understand the stopping distance at that speed? Ella shrugs. I stopped fine. You stopped 2 blocks after the officer activated her lights. That's not fine. That's defiance. Caprio leans forward. His voice is quiet now, almost dangerously so. Ms. Roth, I want to return to your opening statement. You told this court, and I quote, my mom can buy you. Do you stand by that statement? I mean, she probably could. The attorney stands quickly. Your Honor, my client is young and doesn't understand. Counselor, your client is 19. She's an adult. Ms. Roth, let me be clear. Are you stating on the record that your mother could purchase this court? Ella smirks. My mom has dinner with the mayor every month. She funds half the charities in this city. So yeah, if she wanted to make a call, this goes away. Miss Lewis, read that back from the stenographer's record. The clerk reads slowly, deliberately, quote, my mom has dinner with the mayor every month. She funds half the charities in this city. So yeah, if she wanted to make a call, this goes away. End quote. 5 seconds go by. Then 7. Then 10. Then 12. That's how long Arrogance challenged authority. Then Caprio speaks. His voice is soft, but everyone hears it clearly. Ms. Roth, you just told this court that your mother's wealth and connections could make a lawful citation disappear. That statement is a direct challenge to the integrity of this proceeding. Do you understand that? I understand my mom has more power than you do. Caprio straightens in his chair. Here's my finding on the traffic citations. The evidence is clear and uncontested. LiDAR reading of 68 in a 35 miles per hour school zone, corroborated by body cam. Approximately 20 children were present. The vehicle failed to stop for 2 blocks. The defendant refused to provide a license. He pauses. I find the defendant guilty on all 3 counts. Base fines total $1,200. Additionally, I'm imposing a 90-day license suspension, effective immediately, and mandatory enrollment in a driver safety course. Caprio looks directly at Ella. Consequences teach what privilege hid. But everyone in the courtroom can tell this isn't over. But we're not finished, Ms. Roth. Your statements, both to Officer Ramirez and to this court, are far more serious. He sets down his pen. When you told Officer Ramirez, "Do you know who pays your salary?" you attempted to intimidate a public servant. When you told me, "My mom can buy you," you attacked the legitimacy of this court. Direct contempt of court is conduct that occurs in the immediate presence of the court and obstructs justice. Your statement was deliberate. It undermines public confidence in the judicial process. Caprio's voice becomes even more measured. "Here's what concerns me most, Ms. Roth. You didn't just insult me. You told every person in this courtroom that justice is for sale. That wealth determines outcomes. That is not how this system works. Not in this courtroom, not on my watch. For direct contempt of court, I'm sentencing you to 30 days at the adult correctional institutions. You'll be eligible for review after 15 days if you demonstrate reflection." The courtroom goes silent. "Officer Wilson, take Ms. Roth into custody." The bailiff moves forward. Ella's smirk vanishes. Her face goes from confident to confused to terrified in 3 seconds. "Wait, what? You heard the ruling, Ms. Roth. Officer Wilson, please proceed." The attorney is on his feet, panicked now. "Your Honor, my client didn't mean, counselor. Your client said exactly what she meant, twice, on the record." "Officer Wilson." The sound of handcuffs clicking echoes through the silent courtroom. It's the only sound in the room. S face goes pale. Her hands start shaking. "You can't do this. My mom will, your mom will do nothing, Ms. Roth. This is direct contempt. It's immediate. You'll be transported within the hour." Officer Wilson gently but firmly guides Ella's hands behind her back. The second cuff clicks into place. Ella looks around the courtroom, searching for someone to help her. No one moves. The attorney tries one more time. "Your Honor, please, she's just a kid she's 19 years old. She's an adult who told a judge her mother could buy him. She leaves in handcuffs." Officer Wilson begins to lead Ella toward the side door. Her designer heels click on the marble floor. Each step echoes. She turns back one more time. This isn't over. Caprio doesn't even look up. "Miss Lewis, make a note. For the record, the time is now 10:31 a.m. 31 minutes from the call of the case to custody." The door closes behind Ella Victoria Roth. "Next case, please." Day 15, review hearing. 15 days later, Ella appears for her review hearing via video from the ACI. She's wearing a standard-issue jumpsuit. Her hair is pulled back. No makeup. No jewelry. She looks different now, smaller and quieter. "Ms. Roth, you requested this review. What do you want to say?" Ella looks directly at the camera. "Your Honor, I was wrong. I thought money meant power. I thought my mother's success meant I didn't have to follow the rules. I was arrogant. I was disrespectful. I endangered children. And then I insulted the officer and the court. I'm sorry." Caprio observes her. "Ms. Roth, is that statement your own words, or did someone write it for you?" "It's mine, Your Honor. I've had 15 days to think. I'm ashamed." "Good. Shame is the beginning of change." Pause. "Here's my ruling. I'm reducing your custody to time served, 15 days. But I'm imposing a restorative accountability plan. If you fail to complete it, the remaining 15 days will be reinstated. You'll complete 200 hours of community service with the Providence School Safety Program. Specifically, you'll serve as a crossing guard assistant in the exact school zone where you were speeding. You'll work morning and afternoon shifts, in all weather. You'll write and deliver in-person apologies to Officer Ramirez and the principal of Carver Elementary. You'll write and record a public service announcement on school zone safety. This court will vet the script. No branding, no family mentions, plain truth. Do you accept these terms?" "Yes, Your Honor." Then you're released today. Don't make me regret this, Ms. Roth. I won't, Your Honor. Thank you. 4 months later, final hearing. Ella returns to court. Same courtroom. Same judge. Different person. Caprio reviews the documents, including service logs, apology confirmations, PSA recordings, and compliance reports. Ms. Roth, summarize what you learned. Ella stands. This time, she looks Judge Caprio in the eye. I learned that rules aren't obstacles, they're protections. I learned that my mother's money doesn't make me special. And I learned that respect comes from character, not net worth. She pauses. When I told a judge, my mom can buy you, I wasn't showing power. I was showing how little I understood about power. Real power is the officer who kept her composure when I tried to intimidate her. Real power is the judge who refused to let wealth override justice. Real power is the crossing guard who stands in the cold every morning to keep kids safe. That's real power. And I had none of it. Caprio nods slowly. You stopped borrowing power and started earning character. He signs the final order. This matter is closed. Don't come back here, Ms. Roth. I won't, Your Honor. As Ella walks out, she passes Officer Ramirez in the hallway. They make eye contact. Ramirez nods once. Ella nods back. No words are needed. On a quiet Friday afternoon, Caprio pulls up the docket from that Tuesday. The one where Ella Roth said, "My mom can buy you," and left in handcuffs 31 minutes later. He writes a single note in the margin of his bench book: the bench is not for sale. It never was. It never will be. He thinks of Ella standing in the cold school zone, holding a stop sign. He thinks of the children crossing safely, of Officer Ramirez staying calm, and of justice, imperfect, but still present. He closes the book, turns off the light, and locks the door behind him. Do you think justice still exists? Could you give it a like? If you believe no one should be above the law, share this video.